Oof. All right. Fix that echo. All right, party people. Party people in the place with things and actions. We were so rudely interrupted last time by a sudden thunderstorm. It actually didn't rain, there was just occasional lightning, and one happened to strike strongly and nearly enough to me that, well, the rest is history, I suppose. So, what were we doing? Challenges. Load challenge. We were doing the Darkwalker challenge. Escape the Darkwalker, aka escape the big city Goth GF. And we just left the Mystery Lake camp office before I lost power. So sorry about that. But I think we're in a, well, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like we're in a halfway decent position here. Because I just discovered that you can spend about 10 minutes of in real life time in interior buildings. You can spend about, I think it's 40 minutes, maybe 37 if you don't want to spoil your food, but call it 40 minutes of in real time actually in a map, like an outside map region area before the fog really starts getting you. But if you're sleeping or if you're crafting or if you're doing something, that speed up of time in game, the in-game time, it doesn't affect the fog timer. Add to this the fact that you can ward with the spray pan. You go shh, and there's a little ward, and as long as you're close enough to the ward, the Darkwalker stops walking. He or she will stop walking, and that ward lasts, I think it's 15 minutes real time, 4 hours in-game time. And we can catch a few Rip Van Winkles using those 4 hours of in-game time, 3 hours at a time more or less. And the number of spray cans we have is actually very high. It's actually very high. I think we almost have 10. So between that, between the fact that we have a revolver and actually for once a whole bunch of ammo for the revolver, like 40 rounds, I think, something unreasonable like that. Maybe only 20. We should be able to move pretty quickly as long as we're not over-encumbered, super over-encumbered, which we're generally not, except for the part where we kind of have, we're getting low on the food situation. Although, look at this. Can't quite reach all the way over there, but look at this. Survived 2 days, 14 hours, and 37 minutes. I don't think we've starved yet, so we might actually be very close to getting the well-fed bonus. And that would be a coup. That would be something very nice to obtain. Okay, let me clickety click, click, clack. As you do. Whoops. Okay. Okay. So, I think we do the same plan as before. The only things that are tempting are maybe going up to the Firewatch tower that's in Mystery Lake, but that feels very dangerous because there's a lot of switchbacks and circles around to get up there, which means we wouldn't be moving very far as the crow flies or as the Darkwalker stalks, and it would take a while, and we'd have to do the switchbacks to get back down. So I think that's not viable. I don't think that's viable. Instead, I think we do continue heading straight to we'll head straight to the Hydro Dam. We have a pretty full lantern. We can go through the Hydro Dam. Yeah, we go through the Hydro Dam up into Pleasant Valley. Now, what I'm worried about, the main thing I'm worried about right now, Pleasant Valley is big. And we have to go all the way up to the north. Then we have to go all the way down to the south. And that's how we get to Timberwolf. And And that's going to take a long time, a lot of walking. So I'm somewhat concerned about being able to traverse all that before the fog gets in when we're heading south. That is actually a huge concern that I have. Alternatively, if you imagine this Polaroid picture as being Pleasant Valley, the cave that we enter is going to be near the 6 o'clock position down here. And the climbing zone that I'm planning on going up to is sort of up at the 12 o'clock position. It's very far away. And then the cave that we have to leave, that's all the way down south here at the, what is this, 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock position. So we have to go all the way up and then all the way down. Alternatively, if I'm feeling extremely spicy, like extremely spicy, it wouldn't be that unreasonable, I think, to instead of going all the way up and getting to Timberwolf directly, what if we go just over and to the left and we go all the way around through, we can go all the way around through, what's it called? Why am I forgetting? Blackrock. We can go through Blackrock, possibly. That does risk a lot of wolves. But Blackrock is, we'd only have to pass through, and it's not that far between the entrance and the cave that goes to Timberwolf. And if the Polaroid is Timberwolf again, the fire is somewhere at the 3 o'clock position, and both entrances are somewhere at the 9 o'clock position. The entrance from Pleasant Valley and the entrance from Blackrock. I'm alive here. Well, I'm alive here. I'm also alive here, at least for now. So currently what's up is we're strategizing how the heck are we going to get to the next campfire? How the actual heck? Because there's a lot of running to be done. There's a lot of running to be done, and there's not a lot of time to do it in. Yeah, so everything's fine. It's just sometimes, Chelsea, when there's lightning that's a little bit too close to my location, the utilities are not particularly well shielded here. So things happen. Things happen occasionally. It wasn't even raining very much. Okay, so if you guys remember, we're in the middle of Mystery Lake. We're leaving the camp office. We're heading north on the railroad tracks to hit that campfire. But I'm trying to decide how we want to deal with Pleasant Valley, because I'm extremely worried about traveling all the way north and then all the way south in the, 37 and change minutes we have before the fog starts ruining our food. And what I was saying just now is I'm seriously, unironically considering going to the highway exit that heads to Blackrock, going around and entering Timberwolf from the alternate entrance, as opposed to going straight from Pleasant Valley. Just because I am extremely concerned about the fog. Yeah, carefully, very carefully. In this case, I'm thinking it's not carefully, very carefully. I think it's fast, very fast as possible is how we get there. Yeah, this is tough. Because one thing I do remember is that the transition zones between Pleasant Valley and Blackrock, they're quite long. They're very long, but they're not going to be too dark with the green haze that we have going on here. The second thing I'm worried about is Blackrock does have a lot of timber wolves. It has like a lot of timber wolves. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. Okay, but at any rate, I think we jump into it and let's see if we have any time left on our ward. So let's load this. Okay, so plenty of time left on ward. Ah, that's because we sleep. And then we should have a little bit more left on the ward. This is not the time to forget to pick up the bedroll. Okay, so food and drink wise, we'll do some soda. We'll finish up that can. And I suppose with this much water, at the campfire up on the railroad, we can maybe boil some more water and finish cooking this coffee. Oh, thanks, Gecko. I forgot. I had it out of the way so that we could see the stats on the loading screen, but I'll fall down on the ground now. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I think we can make it to the campfire now. Let's just make sure there's nothing here we want to keep. Lantern fuel. I mean, I guess we could keep it because we're going to be going through at least a few more caves. And is there anything else worth having here? No, clothes are fine, mostly. Could use a new pair of pants, though. Yeah, let's go. Let's leave. You guys both noticed at the same time. Okay. Alright, yes, look at this. Beautiful. This is 45 total rounds of pistol. I choose to not remember. Okay, so last time this deer ran over and lured a wolf towards us. I think he didn't go the same direction this time. But yes, I do need more pants. Always. Okay, so we have a wolf over there, and the deer is going towards the wolf. That traitor. That treacherous, treacherous deer. I hope he gets hunted. Come on. Yeah, demon wolf noises, I hear you. But you can't smell me and you can't see me. Okay. I think we're clear of the wolf. We'll do a quick detour by the entrance of this derailment over here on the chance that there are flares. There weren't any flares that I was hoping to find when we were doing As the Dead Sleep, but because we're getting hashtag fat loot in this run, or on this mode, I think we can make it. And that is our fire. Okay. Okay. No, wind! Let me walk faster, please. For the love of all that's holy. Come on. Oh, what if there's a wolf around here? That wouldn't be good. Oh, I think that, no, we can still probably sleep because of the fire, right? Yeah, let's get all these flares. Or at least all of them that are here to get. Easily. Okay, show me what you got. Other than some cursed geometry. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the loot in here. Huh, an arrow shaft. Guys, that's very tempting. It's very tempting to do something with that arrow shaft. Someone stop me. Someone stop me from doing anything with it. Okay, no wolf.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Soda. Okay, so... yes. So Buddy's still over there. Stop.
Just what I need.
We can carry it for now. Do we even have any... I think we dropped all the ammo, didn't we? I guess we didn't drop all the ammo. Okay, so this rifle is solely for blasting wolves on the way to the dam. Then we'll drop it, because it is heavy. Can't see it, can't fight it, only running. My heart a black echo in the forest, always hunting for a green fire. It's copper. What's that? Why did I get a badge for only getting half? It's copper that you burn that burns green, right? Maybe we can just toss in some bullets. Okay, so this actually is not as good as the tooth that we already have, so let's drop it. Unless we kind of need cloth. So I think we will... yeah, let's harvest this. It's only a 10-minute harvest. Okay, and now let's start getting some Z's. Yeah, I think the rifle is, what, 4 kilos? We could support it but it's still kind of heavy. Okay, so 1 hour, still good. Sleep for another hour. Yeah, as long as I don't hear this guy's little drum beats, it means he's not walking. Okay, and I think we can sneak in one more cheeky hour. That might be pushing it, though. It should be fine, right? Okay, yeah. So we got that. And let's place these guys. Yeah, we're gonna want to be probably pretty quick. Let's cook another coffee and the other, yeah, both of the coffees. Because for just straight up drinking, we still have a ton of sodas. Which in my opinion should also give you, we only have one soda. It should also give you caffeine. Okay, so we'll speed that up. Just because the more time that we are not actually in control, the slower the fog will arrive. Okay, we'll drink one of these guys, and that should actually put our fatigue pretty close to full, I think. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and now we're moving. We're moving. Okay, are we bewolfed? I don't think we're bewolfed. Okay, so here's my current thought. We're gonna have to choose what we do depending on how long it takes to get through Pleasant Valley the first time. If it takes a long time to get through the first time, then we're gonna have to find an alternate way around coming back. So I think what we do is we go direct the first way to see how long it takes. And then on the way back, if we are desperate, we can go the alternate route. Which might be back through here and over the ravine. So we'll see what happens. But for now, we'll just enjoy the bird noises, I suppose. Enjoy the bird noises and the fast walking speed. At least while we can. I know, I'm not enjoying it, but on the plus side, if it's never going to get any darker than this, it should be manageable. And who knows, maybe the Darkwalker will fall off of it and die. A girl can dream, right? Where's the entrance? Is it this side? Yeah. Okay, show me what you got. Simple parka.
Come in handy.
I don't remember if that's better than what we have. I don't think it is. It's not. Because the shell is a little bit lighter, weight-wise. Okay, we don't need a book.
I could use this.
Hell yeah. Hell to the yes for that revolver ammunition. I think all of our terrible luck throughout all of these challenge runs, never finding any guns and any ammo for the right gun, I think it might be coming home right now. Karma is finally approaching us. Okie doke. Do you see any wolves down there? No, I think that's a rock. I believe it's a rock. So, I don't think we're even going to bother going all the way to the end of the dam. I think we're just going to take the shortcut and head north. You're hearing a woo over in that direction. Oh god, this wind is killing me. Just let me walk, please. Please! Just let me walk. Okay. Please! Okay, no awoos down there that I can see. No awoos over here that I can see, or hear. Of course, that never means much. And let's just see if this is not locked. Okay. Ha. Make him spin the 5 seconds opening the door. Yeah, we're just going. If there... The only thing I'm on the lookout for right now is, I think I'm going to say food. Food and sodas. Okay. Nice. First order business. Look at all these beautiful spray cans. What is this? 10 spray cans? It's more like 9 1/4. Okay. Drop the rifle. And let's get some light on this situation. Nothing. Nothing. We're not even going to go... Take you. Wait, has Dispel Fog always been on the left side there? I feel like it hasn't. You know why I put this ward down, right? Where is it? How about now? It's not like we're going to be stationary enough anywhere else in here. That was like a 2. We're not going to be stationary enough anywhere else in here for it to be worth it. 3. We have a 3. We have... That was like a 27 or 28, right? So a 3, a 28. And tip. Okay, 27. And then I'm probably going to blow past it. And like an 8. Okay. Show me the goods. E-stem and revolver ammunition.
Food or...
I'll actually take that. Ask and ye shall receive. Ask and ye shall receive. I didn't mean to do that. I want this. Turn the light on. Okay. Now, while we have the ward in this room, we might as well see if there's a little bit of food here.
Hope I can still eat this.
I actually don't think I'll eat that moldy beef jerky. That will break down. You still need to be careful because we can't... And a revolver cartridge. It was hiding all along. Just need to be careful because we can't spend more than 10 minutes of in real lifetime in here. Ah, more flares. I'm okay with that many flares. Especially because we're going into wolf territory in Pleasant Valley. This should help us take more of a beeline. Because we're going to have to go fast. Okay, so what can we drop? I just picked up something that I thought we could drop. Oh no, what we can do is get more cloth. From, what do we pick up? Fleece mittens. Harvest. And what else do we pick up? There's something else to pick up, right? I thought there was. Maybe I'm just going insane. Okay. You know what? Just to keep topped up, what if we took a cheeky little nap in here? That sounds like a good idea, right? I think 1 hour should put us almost back to full fatigue. We're not going to wake up dead, right? Okay, good. Okay, let's do some eating, do some drinking. Yeah, I don't think we're going to risk that moldy beef jerky. So, sorry about that. Okay, so let's head out. And let's be beguiled again.
What have we
Ask
here?
and ye shall receive. Let's be beguiled again by the, Oh. If we're still in the ward distance, might as well snatch some of this stuff up. Make some more make some more cloth, because I think we're getting close to the point where we probably will want to do some repairs. Okay. When we go into the next region, or not the next region, the next sort of part of the Underdam, more or less, let's remember to probably snatch up those arrows that will beguile us to make or use a bow with that arrow shaft that we found. Okay. Okay, so. Yeah, I don't like this zigzag back and forth. Just, I need distance. As the crow flies, not as the odometer reads, please. Ah, broken arrow. That means we have an arrowhead. 2 arrowheads. And another storm lantern.
Useful.
You know what? It doesn't matter. We have enough lantern oil that we can refill this one. Anything nice around here? No, let's just leave. We're just leaving. Ain't nobody got time for this. There might have been something on that table. Okay, so we now have a plethora of flares. If there's a wolf that's unreasonably aggressive up on this pass here, we'll pop a flare to get by him. Otherwise, we'll be fine and just go. Ooh, that was a weird noise just now. Okay, where's our wolf? Is he here? Is he down here? Okay, I don't see him, so let's go the fast way. I guess we can pick this up, right? Okay, where's Buddy? Is that Buddy? No, that's a rabbit. Okay, I think we're good here. I think we're okay, but there is a little bit of... Yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth. We'll pop a lure up at the switchback. That's going to be a really good use for a lure, I think. But it will be more effective if he's a little bit closer. Okay, okay. Yes. Guys, it's looking up. Everything is looking up. We've finally gotten the well-fed bonus. I never thought it would happen. I never knew it could happen. Such a beautiful thing. Lure. And let's just snatch up a couple more of these cattails for food reasons. Because he's probably close enough that the lure is fine here. Thought there'd be a body there. There's Buddy. Oh no, that was actually just a tiny bit of the branch. I thought I saw him. Thought I saw his little footsteps. But apparently not. Yeah, it's this switchback part that I was a little bit worried about. But look at how fast we're walking. It feels so nice. It just feels so nice. You know, I do wonder if this guy ever speeds up. That would be a huge problem. It's kind of there. Ish. Yeah, this would have been cutting it a little bit close without the lure, I think. We'll get the nearby two ones. Okay. And we'll just go. We just go. We go and we hope the lure continues, well, even if we're inside.
That'll come in handy.
Ah, the water bottle is a nice get. Okay. Another cave that I don't really remember. We can listen for the lure. If it pops, we'll know that it continues even if we go into a cave. But I don't know if it will. Huh? I guess it's this way. Probably. Yeah, surely I'm not going to get lost in a transition cave, right? Surely. I don't think that's the way. I think we go this way. I believe straight is better than turn. Ah, yes. This is looking good. What have you got for me? A granola bar. Got Flappy Bird on your phone? Nope. Nothing else. This goes around here. And there might be something over there, but I don't care enough to check. This is a huge, gigantic, ginormous, enormous, yo mama-sized ask. But does anyone remember if I have any coal? I think I have 1 or 2 coal. I guess because we've picked up that cedar, anything should be fine. Hello. What are you doing here? Spray paint glyph. Man, we are flush with spray cans. And I'm okay with this situation. Okay. Here's the moment of truth. We just need to beeline straight for the north. I think I don't even have time to check the Radio Shack. Also, why do I hear the noise from that direction? Shouldn't it be coming from behind us? Okay, we're going this way. If we have the time, the one thing we'll check over here is the hunter blind. We don't have time.
Gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Where are we going? Yeah, I think we can get down through here, and then we'll just go straight to the campfire. Probably. I have a vague understanding of where to go from here. Okay. Getting distance now. You love to see it. Which means he's directly behind us. Can we see him? No. Kind of a shame. I wanted to go and check out that hunter blind. If he spawned behind us in the cave, that's the way we would have gone. But instead, maybe it's better that this forces us to go directly to the fire. Perhaps it is only for the best. We'll swoop over by the fishing cabin. If only because that's the landmark that I use to find the gap in those rocks to get down the cliff. Yeah, thump, 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 thump. I wonder if someone ever told the developers in Hinterlands that handgun ammunition almost always comes in either 20 or 50 round boxes. You would have to find some crazy specialized Wildcat cartridge to only come in 10 rounds a box. Alright, show me what you got. But do it quickly. We'll take the soda. Don't need the newsprint. Do the cupboard.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Not good enough to tempt me. That toque. And we are not going to be using any charcoal. Okay. That was fine, I suppose. Because we're turning, let's get that square root of 3. Or square root of 2. Can we see him? Oh, there he is. There's Buddy. Okay. Now we hook around here, and then we just go through the rocks as soon as we can find a gap. Which I think is right here. That's a wolf. Get out of here. Yeah, Buddy trying to cut me off. Get out of here, punk. It's too far left. Let's go around to the... Or that's too far to the right. Let's go around to the left. My brain and my eyes are getting super overtuned for seeing tiny little black smears, shadows walking around for wolf detection purposes. Okay. And there... I just glimpsed the fire through the trees. I'm sure you guys saw it too. Right there. In the distance. So we just put our nose on it and we hold W. Yeah, sounds like Buddy's a little bit salty. And we hope there's not like a cliff here that we can't go down. No, this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. No wolves? No wolves. Yeah, this should be pretty chill, I think. Well, when I say things should be pretty chill, 1, of course I'm jinxing myself, and 2, pun always intended. Okay, yes. Why is there another lure? Does anyone understand why that lure mark just appeared? Because it wasn't me. Oh, this is the god. This car has god tier loot. Does it show on the map where the lure is? No, it doesn't. So we will check this car. This car always has the best stuff in it. I don't understand. Every time. It's got like a hunting knife or something. Only 13% fog so far. This might be possible. As long as there's no wind that pops up. But really, does anyone know where this lure came from? Because he broke the one that we put over by the fishing hut. And I didn't put another one down. Wish you could post the "Don't Worry Kitten" meme. Yeah, well, I'm worrying. Don't worry. I'm worrying enough for more than one. Yeah, where is Buddy going? I don't understand. But we will check this for arrows. Oh my goodness. Look at all these arrows. I've never seen 3 arrows here. Well, now we're looking for a bow. Because I am tempted. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Has this big hill always been here? I feel like I've never seen it before. Okay. You don't need the rifle cartridges, but I'll take them anyway. What do we got? Pale River, turned in on itself, a rush of blood to my head. Only the crooked path leads me away. Well, the crooked path to get away is never a good path to get away.
What have we here?
More Mackinaw, hello. Rabbit skin, also hello. Another revolver, gross. But if it's got any ammo in it, we'll unload it. It doesn't. Trash revolver. Garbage revolver. A revolver not even a mother could love. Okay. So in the meantime, let's cook our birch teas while he's going and doing his lure thing. Cooking pot, cook birch. And cook birch. I don't know where Buddy's going. It's inexplicable. Okay, so from here, I don't know if I would trust myself to head straight north to find the gap that goes past the plane. So I think we are going to go through the birch forest and up in that direction. Although we are risking possibly getting body blocked by a bear. Okay, so we need to not be... shoot. We just need to speed this up. And water-wise, I think we are... Yeah, we don't have enough water to do another. But that's fine. Actually, what we can do... We can boil 1 liter of water. And we can sleep for an hour. I hope. I hope. Okay, we wake up. We can take this and we can boil another liter of water. And sleep for another hour. We might be fully rested. We are effectively fully rested. Just in case we have to come back here, I think we leave the stuff we've got. Okay, getting close to... yeah. We'll do the peaches. Because the peaches are heavy AF. Of course, we're fully rested and we're about to go up a climbing rope. Okay, so we can drop you. I don't think we have a hacksaw, which is unfortunate because I believe the next campfire is near a couple of those containers, and this is the direction we want to go, right? Yeah, it is. So there is an opportunity, possibly in Timberwolf, to hit a couple of containers, aircraft containers. But I don't think it's going to be in the cards for us. Yeah, 22% on the fog. This is pushing it. We're going to have to go fast on the way back, but at this rate, we might be able to swing it. Might. Okay. Yeah, we have tons of drinkables, tons of eatables. And even going up... yeah, even going up this rope, I think we'll be okay to go all the way to the campfire. before we have to rest. I'm not even picking up these birches. Because we have what? 1, 2, 3, what is this? 4 birch bark teas? Surely we're not going to need more, right? I can't help myself. I can't help myself. And that's... Is that a bone? Well, it's something. Not my problem. Not my problem. Okay. We're moving. And I think we want to skew a tiny bit left here. Yeah, see, that's a wolf. And we want to be going that way. Yes. No, not the wind. Not the wind. Not the wind. Oh, in the episodes, I remember this little hutch here. I rested here once when we were playing as, I always forget her name. Astrid. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be passing by the cabin by Crystal Lake. And there might be a hacksaw there, you're right. But, even if there is a hacksaw, do we bother? Do we really bother? I think we might. I think we might, just because it would be a coup to find a whole bunch of airline food. That would be quite convenient. Yeah, and there's a wolf off in the trees to the right there. You see him? I forgot to put on the hat that we just got, didn't I? Nice. And I think we picked up some other piece of clothing that I wanted to put on, but I don't remember what it was, and I'm not going to take the time right now to find it. So far, Chelsea, we're good for a little bit. We just made 2 liters of water, and we also have... Buddy. Jesus. Okay, well, that's why we have the bandages. And that's why we have the antiseptic. Could have sworn I shot this guy. At the very least, he didn't get scared, did he? I heard him. The problem is, and I kind of want to look at this. The problem is he was right behind that dark rock there. I couldn't see him at all. Why is there another lure? I don't understand what's happening. Not that I'm really complaining about it. That's a wolf. Come on, let me up. Actually, don't let me up. Okay. You see, this is another reason why I hate blind hills. Okay, we should be fine. Probably. We're just looking for bear tracks now. Okay, good. Looking good so far. I think we go directly past the point of disagreement. That's the fastest way I know of, or at least the most reliable way I know of. Yeah, the one on bare salts. Exactly. As long as we don't have any pharmaceutically enhanced animals, we're good to just go. What is up with this lure mark? I don't understand. It seems like it's not even going down at all. This is the second random lure. Is it just glitched or something? I hear Buddy kind of in that direction. Somewhere over here, probably. I have no clue where this lure is trying to get him to. Okay, 34% fog. We might actually be able to come back this way. It may indeed be possible. If we're quick, if we can get there before 40, I would be extremely happy. Point of disagreement is over there. But direct north is faster. So let's just go this way and hope we don't run into another wolf over this blind hill. It's more likely than you think. What if I'm the lure? Well, I am somewhat sweet. So it's entirely possible. Maybe that wolf bit the lure mark into me. It is, after all, looking something like a wolf bite. At least, somewhat schematically. Still, okay, so it's just over that rock, so we want to go around to the left here. Wolf. Chew. Buddy, really? I'm also I need to go check. I'm pretty sure I nailed him over here. Talk about a dead eye. Look at that. So anyways, I started blasting. You could tell that jerk was shrugging that first shot off and he was still charging. What an absolute rude person. I mean, if you think about it, it's almost like he was raised by wolves with how little courtesy he shows. Okay, now I think we pop into the prepper cache if it's even there. We can do a ward down. Okay, what do we have? Coffee. This was a good detour, and more revolver ammunition.
Thank goodness.
He just keeps looking up. Now, is there a cache here? That's going to be a no from... That's going to be yes from me, dog. Get the ward ready. No, we don't want to place it outside. We want to go inside and place it, please. And right in the middle here. Could dead wolves be lures? That doesn't make sense. You'd think you would have reached them by now. That's not a half bad idea. That is actually not a half bad idea. Because, I mean, if Buddy is just hungry, it would make sense that he would be lured by that. It's kind of unfortunate that we put that second wolf there, though. I think, unironically, those jeans are better than some of the ones we have right now. Hacksaw. We'll take that. We'll take it. And this is... How full is this? It's good enough. Any swag? No. No swag. Under. Open.
I could use that.
Simple parka, no good. Accelerant, no good. Book, no good. Okay, I think what we do... I think we actually spend a little bit of time in here doing repairs. Because some of this clothing is struggling. Like our pants. Or our underpants, as the case may be. A 45-minute repair, that's rough. Rough, but I think worth. Okay, good. I think we don't... Yeah, we'll swap out these jeans for the marginally better jeans. And then we'll drop the trash jeans. Ah, the Mackinac jacket. If we were to repair this, 1 hour for 35%. Compare that to the shell. The shell is 4 Celsius, and this at best would be 5 Celsius. And it's also heavier than the shell. As much as it pains me to do, I think we drop the Mackinac jacket. What else is worth a repair? I guess the socks are worth a repair. How's the ward? The ward is fine. Yeah, the climbing socks are always worth a repair. And how's the ward doing? I think we have... Because we're about to go up, I think we do a cheeky little 2-hour nap with this ward. That should get us a little bit more fatigue left. In fact, I'm really considering letting this ward run out and popping another ward down. Because, no, we can drink a coffee and get the rest of our fatigue back, mostly. Probably. Close. Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll pick this up. We will drink 1 soda. Actually, let's see. Yeah. We'll drink 1 soda. We'll eat the maple syrup, because that's heavy. Surely the maple syrup won't hurt us. And we'll drink a coffee. And this should put us in pretty good... Yeah, there's also another energy drink. We have a few energy drinks at this point. Not so many that it's effectively infinite, but not so few either. Okay, and let's not forget the hacksaw.
Thank goodness.
Soda, nice. Now, is there anything else we can do in the little bit of time we have here that would be worth doing? Ah, we can prepare some birch bark. It's a special secret tool that we'll use later. And how are our bandages? We have 2 bandages still, right? Where is it? Yeah, 2 bandages. That should be fine. I didn't drop the bedroll, did I? I got it. Okay. Now, Buddy is somewhere in this direction. So let's go fast. It is such a pleasure climbing up these things with high fatigue. So nice. In this challenge, predators show up after 24 hours. I suppose that timing tracks with about how long it takes for us to get to the maintenance shed. Because it seems like every time we get to the maintenance shed, when we get out of the maintenance shed, that's when the predators are here. Buddy's that direction. So maybe he did get lured to that wolf, because that's kind of the direction the wolf came in. Or, you know. Okay, now actually, inquiring minds want to know. We have 2 marine flares. It's not a huge number of marine flares. I have seen more marine flares in my time. But also, what are the chances that there are actually Timberwolves in Timberwolf Mountain? We should be fine, right? Let's take this opportunity to remember. Hydrate. Quaff a little bit of fluids. Or quaff a little bit of cough. Coffee, that is. We're ready in case we need to start blasting. Yep, more zigzags that I do not like. Shouldn't be so many, though. Let's get out of these zigzags, and then I'll check the map. Yeah, because Buddy went from being on our left side to our right side. Or our right side to our left side. He's somewhere in that direction. Which I guess is the good direction for him to be in. Which I suppose is the ideal direction. Any wolves trying to ambush us? More likely than you think. Oh. Okay, so Buddy is getting kind of close. So we go past their landing gear, and over to the right, that should be where the cabin is. Probably. I think we'll just take a very, very quick look through the cabin. We'll not even put a ward down. And we'll head straight to the campfire. Yeah, which is all the way over there. In the middle of the field. Okay. Yeah, I want to say right on the right side of that rock there that's in front of us is the hill that will lead us to the cabin. Oh, that's a wolf. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Not even mad about those misses. Yeah, they were all misses, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not the time for a nice little hug. We can snuggle later. We can snuggle at some later time, some later date, some alternative location. Thought I heard a wolf. I guess not. Okay. Come on, let me up. Let me in. Let me in. You guys think we're gonna need a climbing rope? Okay, what do we got? Finally! Pair of pants. Okay. Drink. Food. Don't need the hacksaw. Don't need that. Take that. Don't need that. Tackle, don't need it. We'll take that. Take that. Take that. It's coffee. Actually, you need the cloth. Okay, all these arrows. Another ski jacket that we don't need. And we're out of here. A flare. Now we're out of here. Fastest loot in the West. Those are wolves, though. Yeah, we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna cut right eventually. Which is like over that hill. We're gonna cut. Because we're gonna have to loop around because Buddy's gonna be behind us. Incidentally, this is where the grave for As the Dead Sleep was. It's right up on this ridge in front of us. And there's more wolves nearby than there were that time. That guy's probably gonna see us. Does that look like a timber wolf to you? I'm not sure if that looks like a timber wolf to me, but I'd like it to not be. So let's see if we can go around just a little bit. Because that looks like 4 timber wolves. And that's a big pack. Not something I want to deal with if at all possible. But we might have to, at this rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, flip. Alright, well. I hope we get to the fire before this flare runs out. I don't think we will. That's a big pack. And that is tantalizingly close. Buddy. I don't think we make it. Come on. Just in time. Talk about timing. Jesus. Please let me get to the safe zone. Oh, what I will say though is, right over there, I think that's where the airline containers are. It's probably too far away from the fire, we might have to ward it. But it should be accessible, like easily accessible. Yes. Get out of here, bud. Okay, so let's stay just a little bit away. Use that later. We'll bust these open first. Okay, number one. I probably should have checked the condition of the hacksaw. Maybe Timberwolves aren't as yummy.
This'll come in handy.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, please. Yes, please. Probably don't need any of this, maybe a couple bandages. Otherwise, nothing from that.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Come on. Yes. And one more. Well. Hello, hello. Alright, get us into the fire. Okay, so Buddy's like over there or something. Okay. What, now you're giving me a flare gun? Give me an E-stim, I want that more. Ask and ye shall receive.
Gotta get out of here.
That's not half bad. Okay, I discard the far-sighted mask, and only bone remains. What the hell is the far-sighted mask? The gate is closed. Will it come for me now? The gate. Well, I guess we might as well take the flare pistol. It's light enough. Okay. Food and drink. Food and drink.
That's not an animal.
Yeah, look at all this. I don't trust that airline food. We are going to have to go down, and we're going to have to go fast when we're going to Pleasant Valley, so we need to decide to drop more things. What did we pick up a lot of? You. We don't need the hacksaw. We don't need all this lantern fuel. In fact, if we refuel this, we should be good to go. Okay, next. We're never going to use these simple arrows, as much as it pains me to drop them. Never going to use the whetstone. Tons of flares, that's nice. Tons of food, that's nice. Let's start with the coffee. And what do we pick up here? We can drop the jeans.
This is like something out of a horror.
Okay, nothing else, that's fine. Yeah, drop all of these low quality cans and tins. Still not light enough. We don't need reclaimed wood. Still not quite light enough. We're never going to use this many sewing kits. No rifle ammo. Yeah, let's pop a quick nap here.
What the hell was that?
Oh, why is there an Awu? Can I wake up? Okay. So the Awu is not our problem. How many marine flares? 2 more marine flares, so we did get 1. I don't think we'll need this many regular flares. I'm okay with this. 1 more cheeky hour.
What is that thing?
1 more cheeky hour. Okay, now let's do some planning. The next place we're going to is going to be Coastal Highway. Where the hell is it? Here.
If this is a nightmare.
If we come in from Pleasant Valley, we'll head straight south to the campfire. Okay, it's not... I was worried that it would be farther than going from the ravine, but it should be fine. And I don't trust this for another hour of nap, so I think we're just going to go. I think we're just going to go.
That's not an animal.
Uh-huh. We can eat some airline food. And 1 more airline food.
Gotta get out of here.
Okay, now this isn't going to be worth much, but we can pop a lure here. Why am I walking so slow? Hop back here.
No.
Why is it still walking towards the ward? Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. I guess we'll just have to hope it's a black wolf, not a timber wolf. Probably a timber wolf, though.
Something out of a horror movie.
Everybody's over there. And we'll just try to get behind him.
What was that?
Not my problem. Yep. We'll go this way, over this ridge in front of us.
This is a nightmare. I want to wake up.
Yep. I want to wake up too, Mackenzie. And yet, here we are. And yet, here we are. Could be worse. Could be worse, but damn.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was a little bit sketchy because of those timber wolves, if I'm going to be completely honest about it. Yeah, this is the right way. It is the way. I'm a little bit salty about that ward not working while the lure was up, though. But I guess that makes sense. Because it's going towards the lure, which is not in a ward. That's... okay, that's a deer, not a moose. A deer and... oh. Three deer. Okay, we're moving. We do need to get a sufficient distance so we can safely go down that climbing rope, though. So no detours. No detours on the way back. That's a deer, not a moose. Show me what you got. Did I see a black speck over there? I might have seen a black speck over there. There might be a wolf. And it is completely typical, in my opinion, that the one challenge that we are the most pressed for time and traversal and motion in this entire map is the one time it spawns the biggest Timberwolf pack I've ever seen on Timberwolf Mountain instead of a bunch of black wolves. Zero surprise. Yeah, that's a wolf. So we'll just skew to the left, it should be fine. Probably. We're looking for the landing gear, as always. It's kind of steep. 3, 4, there we go. Where'd that wolf go? There he is. Yeah, you should still be afraid of me because I shot at you earlier. Not too long ago at all. Okay, this way. We're walking over here. We're definitely walking over here. And actually, let's just check very quickly. Yeah, so we have 8 out of 10 diary pages. The last 2 are in Coastal Highway and Desolation Point. So it's a straight run. Now, we might have to end up turning around from Desolation Point. I don't know if it's just enough to find the diary pages. But we'll cross that bridge, perhaps literally if we have to go across the Moose Bridge when we get there. Let's go. Oh, but this part, it's not that much of a loop around. But we are going to lose some, we're going to lose some distance here. Which is kind of sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Okie doke. Here. It's not a proper awoo. Okay. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. I think right now what we should do is drink one of these birch bark teas. Because we are possibly going past a couple of wolf locations on our way through Pleasant Valley and past Thompson's Crossing. Man, such a long transition zone. Just let me out. Let me out. I don't want to double back like this. Because we are losing distance. It can do as the crow flies. We have to go around the cliffs. There we go. Okay, hold W. Hold W. We're kind of tired, though. Kind of tired. If it gets too bad on the fatigue side, we might have to take a quick nap. I say we check the prepper cache and we take a quick nap there. Because I don't think... Combine the long walk we have to do with this rope we have to go down, I don't think we'll be able to get out to the mine that leads to Coastal Highway before we start getting really tired. And we're not thirsty enough to drink a coffee right now. And I also hear a woo over in that direction. It is always a pleasure to go down a rope instead of up it, though. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we absolutely need a quick nap. Okay. Do we still have a ward? That's going to be a no. Pop you down. Explore. Okay, the drums have stopped, which means we are... Did I not pick up the bedroll? Guys, did I forget to pick up the bedroll at the campfire for the second time? I think I did. It's a good thing there's a bed in here. I cannot believe myself. This is outrageous. It's unfair. Oh well. 1 hour at a time. 1 hour at a time. Okay, actually, we might be able to get a cheeky 4 hours in here because that ward looked like it was lasting a while. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can sneak here and get a cheeky 1 more hour maybe. Let's see how brave we feel. Yeah, I feel brave enough for that. We do have a long way to walk. Okay, and the ward is still even there. We'll do a coffee, and that should bring us the rest of our fatigue back. And then we're ready to head out, I think. Drop some more of this food. The stuff that I don't trust to eat. And maybe even some of this soda, because we do have a bunch of water. Yeah, 2 liters of water and all this stuff. I think we're probably good for water all the way there. So let's just go. Let's just go. Yeah, so I believe just this way broadly will lead us to the road. And then once we hit the road, there's no way we can get lost. It's almost a straight line. Almost. Yeah, there's a wolf, I think. But it might be a dead wolf. On account of lead poisoning. It wasn't. It turns out it was a tree limb. What was that? Did something just go behind that rock? Nope. Up here. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, get out of here. Pretty sure I hit him. Yeah, I think there's a blood splatter. I think I hit him. We brook no nonsense. This would also be impossible to do without headphones. Imagine in this darkness having a wolf bark at you and not having any idea what direction it's coming from. That would be completely cursed. Alright, what do you think the chances are there's a bear on this bridge? Okay, 24 minutes. Is it just me? Or is it giving us more time in Pleasant Valley? Every other region, I remember this gas mask mark showing up at 19 minutes, not 24. So maybe it gives us 50 minutes here instead of the usual 40. because it knows how damn big this place is. Which I suppose 50%, this is actually, it actually might end up being kind of tight. No bear. I suppose it makes sense given how I was a little bit surprised how slow the fog was going up as we were traversing from the south. Yeah, we should be... Yeah, it's a shorter distance. You see we have that right triangle. To get here, we traveled up the hypotenuse, which, perhaps not by definition, but it is always the longest leg of a right triangle. And even though we're traveling down the longer of the two legs that aren't the hypotenuse, it's still less distance. So it should be faster. Assuming that we don't have any wind blowing in our face. Which I know is a pretty big assumption. Okay. Hopefully no wolves on the right here. I think we shot the one that might be close to the road. Or that might be the one that gave us a hug earlier. So I'm hoping we're okay. And then there's another opportunity for a wolf down the road here by a couple of burnt out cabins. We've been hugged there before. Well, there's the wind. But for once, is it not in our face? Can we enjoy the glory that is walking fast on a road and not have the wind blowing right against us? I think the wind is blowing from left to right if I'm reading the grass correctly. How auspicious. Well, I say that, and there's this turn here that's going to put us into the wind. So maybe the game knew. Maybe it knew this whole time. Okay. These cabins are where I'm a little bit worried. You know, game, it would be cool if you wouldn't put updates right in the middle of the screen where I'm trying to look at stuff. That stuff, of course, being fluffy things. Or the possibility therein. Okay, I don't see a wolf. Do you see a wolf? I don't see a wolf. Just take a quick peek inside, see if there's any coffee. Quick peek inside, see if there's any coffee. Hunting knife, don't need it. Cooking pot, don't need it. Even though we just have the one cooking pot, is that a wolf? No. Even though we just have the one cooking pot, we don't need another. And so we shall eschew it. So we shall. Don't even hear Buddy thumping around in the distance. We're going to get a lot of distance when we head down Coastal Highway. But I am a little bit concerned that he'll teleport to a random orientation when we leave the mine. Because really, the entire rest of this leg is just one big triangle. We're going south a whole bunch, and then we're going east a whole bunch. And he could cut the difference if we get too far ahead. But it's still worth it. Still worth. That's a wolf. So, for future reference, yeet is for distance and power, Kobe is for accuracy and precision. So, Kobe. I think we might have hit him. Oh yeah, look at that. It works every time. Okay, we need to start moving though. 19 minutes. Alright, here's our cut-in. Like I said the last time we came this way, and probably the time before that, I always look for this fence. And usually there are rabbits here. But I always look for this fence because this road will lead us directly to the mine. We just need to follow it. Of course there's wind. Zero surprise. Color me grayscale. Color me grayscale. What's that? Is that another wolf? It is. Kobe. I think that missed. Let's find out. Yeah, it looks like it missed. That's the hill we want to go up. Why are you awooing? Don't awoo at me. It's very rude. It's like pointing at someone, or chewing with your mouth open. I've never seen so many wolves on this side of the hills. I guess that's how it goes. Come on. This wind is killing me. I should have known better. I should have known that the wind would be in the direction that we were eventually going to go, even if it didn't start in the direction we were going. So let's try to sneak over to the rocks over here. Maybe they can act as a windbreak and we can move fast. And of course, the instant I get to the rocks, the wind stops. I'm no longer surprised, too. Yeah, I think we have some good distance from Buddy. 2. Counting every time we get somewhere steep. But I keep missing 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're fine. Okay. This is the penultimate cave. I think this cave does have non-trivial dead ends, but if I remember, the worst of them are going the other direction. So going from Coastal Highway to this location. Okay. While we have a little bit of time here, let's drink some coffee. Let's eat some. Get this weight down. Even more. Anything else? We could do some sardines, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely... With these MREs, this is definitely enough food. Okay. Do we have anything? Revolver cartridge, very nice. And otherwise, no. Let's just go. If there's a couple, there's at least 1 or 2. There might even be 3, but I think there's only 2. Or 1 or 2. Big rooms here that have stuff in them. And I want to say this is the not dead end. It might loop around though. But if we hit one of these rooms, then what we're going to do is only pick up things. This is the far dead end. Okay, well, at any rate, Quality tools don't... Rifle don't need it. We can probably hop down from here, right?
I can use this.
Yeah, this is fine. This is okay. Now that I know is a dead end. Probably. No, this is a dead end. Never listen to me for directions. Just don't do it. Okay, here we go. We're not going to be looking into anything, but if anything is just out, then, like this cloth, we're leaving. We're going fast. We're going as quick as our little legs can carry us. Which is hopefully fast enough to never hear that thump, 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 thump again. That's a dead end. This is the way. Okay, here's the second. Yes, the second of 3 places to search. So we don't need that. We'll take the E-stem.
Wonder if this is any good.
There is no E-stem. Actually, we'll take that. And the bandage. And the cloth. Okay, we're going. Zone get. I think that way ends up at the same place, but it's just longer. I think it reconnects here. Probably. Okay, come on. Come on, let me out. And this is the third place where there might be hashtag swag. Don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you. Actually, I'll take you. Don't need you. Don't need you. And I think we're out of here. Take the flare. I'll take the revolver cartridge. And we're leaving. Okay, so the goal is head due south. So basically in the direction we're pointing. There might be wolves, so we prepare. But I think we can go very much straight down these hills. We just need to be careful about not breaking a leg. It is a performance, but that's only meant figuratively. We'll scooch over to this rock over here so it's a little bit less steep that we need to go down. Yeah, he's coming from behind us. This is good. The distance is good. Okay, okay. 3, 4, there we go. That looks doable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. And down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. Now, show me the fire. Should be across there. Okay. Ooh, what's that noise? I don't like it. What was that noise? I hear a distant wooden thumping. Okay, there's the fire. Do we have any wolves on the lake? I think there are no wolves in our way. Which is amazing. Because there could be a huge pack over here. Alright, so we just beeline it. This is the best of all possible outcomes for this location. That's a wolf. He wasn't there before. But he's far enough away that he's not our problem. Yeah, we should be able to see this Wendigo jerk coming from miles. Okay, we got a deer, so we should be safe up here. And those look like more deer. Probably, possibly, maybe. Could be. Yeah, I see the antlers. I saw like 1 pixel of an antler. So I think we're safe to just go to the fire. We don't actually... Damn bird. These damn birds, man. We don't actually need the full 3 hours of ward here. So I think we'll spend some of the time repairing clothing. And deciding exactly what we want to keep for the last bit. The final stretch to Desolation Point. And we hope against hope that's the last thing we need to get to. Also, this is, I feel like, a lot of deer. We haven't seen many deer. It's really just been the herd at Timberwolf and this herd here. Okay, show me the goods. It's also sad that we've never found an herbal tea. Okay, ward. Show me something good.
What have we here?
More trash mulligans. The rabbit skin mitts are good. Coffee, lantern field, we don't need those. Okay, so that's actually not bad. The gnashing, the grinding, thing from the stars. This is some cosmic horror. But no beauty sets down from that endless void. Beauty. I think someone's into monsters a little bit too much. We could have used those marine flares back in Timberwolf. Come on. Why you give it to us now? Alright. Let's start doing this coffee. I think the only thing we drink for the rest of the entire time is just coffee. Cook all the coffee. Cook all the coffee. Yeah, we have plenty of water. These birds, man. Get out of here. Okay. Food-wise, we'll do the granola bar. I think we actually dropped this MRE because I don't trust it. And we'll start on this MRE. We didn't need to eat any of this thing. Food-wise, we're fantastic. In fact, we're so fantastic, I think I'm dropping the airline food. Because we have all these cattails. And we did get wolf attack. Is there anything worth repairing? This is going to take a little bit too long to repair. What else? Mulligans. That's way too long to repair. Let's... You know what? I think I actually prefer the gauntlets to the rabbit skin mitts. The gauntlets are, except for how much they weigh you down, minus 2% sprint. Wait, hold on. No, never mind. The gauntlets are just straight up better than the rabbit skin mitts. That's interesting. That is very interesting. God! Hinterland. Hinterland, buddy. You have got to fix your interface. You have got to fix your interface. Shoot. Interact. And pickup should not be all on the same button. Especially when you delay the time when you, like, for whatever reason decide to holster something when you're doing something, and you can actually interact again. Because that should not have shot. And it's happened to me before. Okay, well, we got this coffee. We'll grab a quick 2 hours. You know, we'll speed this up just so we don't get screwed with the fog. We'll do a birch bark. Is there anything else? More birch bark. And that's it. Cooking number 2, as if we need it. As if that's any use to us. Okay, we'll take the pot just in case. Never leave a pot behind. As I was about to do. You know what? I forgot we don't have a bedroll. I did forget about that. So I think we just leave. The only thing we could use this time to do would be to repair, and there's nothing I would care to repair. So I think we just leave. And this way. Let's not fall through the ice, please. That would not be a good thing to happen this late in the run. Oh, but you know what I want to do? We should put a lure here. Have enough coffee to make it because there are no more climbs? I think I agree. I do think I agree with that. And even then, we could probably make it without drinking any coffee. We might get less than half fatigue, which is less than ideal, but I think we could make it at least to Desolation Point. Probably. Maybe. There is no bird in that direction that could have made that noise. Okay, anything nice here? Soda, don't need it. Whatever the hell this is. What is that? Oh, why is there... Let's pretend we didn't see that. Let's just pretend we didn't see that. We'll look back when we get to the top of Misanthropes and see if we can see the little footsteps. They might be too far away to render in, though. I think they're very far away. But every little bit that we can get this guy moving south instead of tracking us as we go east is good. Because that just gives us more time on the straightaway. Don't need either of those things. You can use it, but you won't. You know what would be an interesting challenge? The dark fog mode, except the goal is to just, with the dark fog active, survive as long as possible. That could be interesting. Yeah, I don't see the footsteps anywhere, do you? That better be a deer noise. That better be a deer. Okay. Yeah, the note... In my headphones, I'm hearing him somewhere over in that direction. No, I don't see it. Let's just go. Let's go and hope there's no bear in the way. Because a revolver is not the ideal bear fighting implement. Don't you know? So we'll skew to the... That damn bird. It's gonna be the death of me. The bear might be over to the left, so let's skew to the right. Doesn't look like there are any wolves to worry about over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. But I kind of want to check the boat over here, because maybe there's a flare gun. Maybe. I don't hear any bear noises, do you? Okay, no flare gun. So let's just keep moving. We can figure out where this guy is if he ever approaches or reaches the lure. There's no bird over there to make that terrible noise. Get out of here, game. I feel like he's getting close to the lure. Based on... No, he's probably somewhere over here. I always get disoriented. I always think this is due east, but it's actually almost south to get to the crossing to the next area. So yeah, that's not going to be quite as effective as I was hoping if we went directly east. But it'll still give us a little bit. God, hinterlands, I swear to God. Fix your garbage interface. That looks like a deer. Not our problem. I wonder how unlucky we're going to get when we go to the crumbling highway transition zone. Last time we went that way during As the Dead Sleep, we almost got eaten by a wolf twice. Also, somehow it seems we've ended up at Desolation Point for the last region again. Not entirely sure how that always works out that way, but it is what it is. We'll just look into the car. I can't imagine what would entice me to actually enter the car. There's nothing. Okay, 34%. If, for whatever reason, we have to go back through Coastal Highway, we can. But the only places I would feel safe going back through are actually Coastal Highway and Mystery Lake. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We crumble. Okay. Let's see what the wolf situation is. Are they in the buildings? Are they over in the coast? Are they in the forest? That damn bird. If I could find it, I'd shoot it. Yeah, this is kind of a straight shot. So there's no point in putting a lure anywhere here. I don't see a wolf yet, but last time I got almost snuck up on. But it doesn't necessarily mean much. Up! Out of here, bud. I think we hit one of those. Yeah. So he should be routed completely. Hiding in the tall grass like a frickin' Pokemon. It's very rude. Okay. Now how about wolf number 2? Yes, we've had first wolf, but what about second wolf? Is this the one we shot? Where's his friend? Or is it... Can there be only one? I'm hoping. Yeah, this is still the one we shot. Okay, I think we're good. Wolf, 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 wolf. I think he's up there somehow. Yeah, somehow he got up to where the mine is. Yeah, keep it moving. That's what you get for scaring your elders. Okay, and now let's lantern. Here we go! Okay, more revolver. We probably don't need this. We've never found a pry bar. No, I dropped a pry bar. We had a pry bar earlier, but I dropped it. And I think I dropped it. Where did I drop it? Did I drop it all the way back in Broken Railroad? The maintenance shed? I think I must have. That's a dead end. This is an undead end. Just like the Dark Walker. This mine is more zigzaggy than I would prefer. always about that distance. We don't need matches. We don't need tools. Take every last revolver cartridge. Those trail boots look like garbage. They look patched to hell. You have anything nice? Well, there's a pry bar. Not that we're gonna use it. So don't even bother. There might be a couple of lockers over at the Hibernia processing area, and I'm sure there's a couple of trunks littered around, but no one cares. No one cares enough to pry them open. Polite people say that they don't mean to pry, and as a result, they don't pry. That's a dead end. This is not. Which means we should be close. Speak of the devil. There's probably nothing I care for in one of those tool chests. Okay. And of course there's no rope there. Not that we would even want it to. I don't understand the purpose of that rope shortcut. It seems completely useless to me. Because it's not even very much farther walking around, as opposed to just going straight down onto the road. And it uses a whole bunch of stamina, even going down, compared to walking around. And speaking of stamina, it's time to coffee. Okay, where are we actually going? The Rickon. Which means we don't have to cross the bridge, and we don't have to worry about getting moosed. So let's again go up the road, because that will give us our best chance of not accidentally walking over a hill right into a wolf. Remember, we observe fluffy things from afar, and we appreciate their glory. But we do not enjoy entangling ourselves with fluffy things, because they're hiding tiny little mouth knives. Kind of a weird thing going on with the shadow here, but I don't see any wolves. Of course, that almost all but guarantees that there's some waiting for us in front of the lighthouse again. To which point, I think I hear an awoo over there. I think we try to cross over here, and if we can get over to the water without getting ganked. Yeah, I'm always worried about there being wolves in these hills here, but I don't think there are any, which means we should be fine getting over to this shortcut. And we can just take the water all the way through. Come on, let me walk, Mackenzie, damn you. If ever you're in the survival mode, this is a good rabbit spot. It's also an amazing spot for hatchets to spawn on the shore over here. By this little ice flow. Got so many hatchets from there. Okay. Look at this. How in the heck is a wolf supposed to sneak up on me from here? It's impossible. It can't be done. It cannot be done. What are we going to do after this? That is a good question. That's a very good question, because this, indeed, is the final challenge. But we're not done yet. So let's not count these chickens quite yet. Yeah, here definitely a woos over in that direction. Ah, custom challenges. I wonder if there's mods or anything like that. Might be worth taking a peek. Might be worth a peek. Folk? Only Gengar says folk. Who could you be? You have evolved. Yes, you have evolved. You're rushing B to plant the bomb. Okay, so I think we cut through here, because if we go all the way around, we risk running into a moose. I hope we can walk over this tiny bit of snow. And... oh, barely. Feels not intended, though. That feels like an unintended shortcut. Let's check for a moose. No moose. That is good news. So where's our campfire? Show me the goods. There we go. There we go. Let's skew left here just in case the moose is hiding behind. I've seen it before. Never trust a moose. Or lack thereof. Okay. I think we made it. I don't think there's any place for wolves to be between us and the fire. And the moose isn't there. So I think this is just a press W and win. Well, assuming that there's nothing we have to do now. After this, do an IRL stream in the Canadian wilderness and prove to Will that moving around in some snow is not that difficult. That's right. Maybe I'll even climb up a rock that doesn't have roots shooting out of it. Okay, so first, let's see what kind of swag we have here. Yeah, Buddy is still way far behind us, I think. Ever since Timberwolf, we have just been increasing the distance by a lot. I was kind of worried that it would be up on top of the Rickon. Okay. So let's use this ward and see what kind of swag we have here. Hunting knife.
That'll come in handy.
I think in this entire run, we've only used the hunting knife to cut up cloth, so that's actually kind of a trash loot to start with. We'll take the glyph. Let's check the cache. What do we have? Balaclava, that's a good find, but garbage condition, so it's kind of a bad
Could end up
find.
being useful.
Also a bad find, because of the condition. Energy drink, lantern, fuel, flare. If we started with just this, it would be kind of rough, actually. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I climbed the tall mountain, but it wormed in the earth below me. There was no escape, not even high above. My delirium has become its feeding ground. I thought we were supposed to figure out how to defeat this thing after we got all the diary pages. Go to Ash Canyon and use the Banish glyph at the ritual circle location marked on the map. Well, folks, Ash Canyon. I don't think we can go back through Pleasant Valley. I think we have to go through Coastal Highway, Ravine, Mystery Lake, through Black Rock, Timberwolf Mountain, and then Ash Canyon. And we don't have a bedroll. But if we go back to Timberwolf Mountain, we can get our bedroll. Okay. Okay, this is a plan. This is the plan that can work. Probably. Possibly. But what we're going to do first is we're going to toss a lure down here. I don't think it's going to last long enough to be worth it. But I think we got to do it. Yeah. How long? 30% here, 80% Broken Railroad. Yeah, 70% in Pleasant Valley. We can't go back through here. Unless. Maybe. We go north? What's the percent in Timberwolf? God, I hate... Timberwolf is 44. Yeah, we have to go here. Yep. And where is Ash? Here. This site is in the lowlands, which means, I think, we can go all the way up here and just walk. I think yeah, this is Anglers. We can just walk here. Okay, so I think we go back through Pleasant Valley. I think we use the fog clear glyph in Pleasant Valley. And that's how we get through it. Ooh, I'm really worried now, because we are doing one hell of a backtrack, and I don't hear Buddy yet. This is big concern. We are losing a hell of a lot of time here. What's our time on Coastal Highway. Crumbling Highway 21, Coastal Highway. Show me. Okay, 35%. Coastal Highway will be good. Coastal Highway will be fine. I'm starting to hear the noises. Yeah, that lure I don't think is going to last long enough. Very, very unfortunate. But I think we just have to suck it up. Oh man, all this distance. I was so happy to have all that distance away from it. I was like, man, look at all this time we have. But no, we're just... It's a waste. Such a waste. I am beginning to hear the drums again. I can't... They're too quiet to pinpoint the location. Maybe over there? Maybe over there? You're still far. I think there's somewhere... Yeah, there's somewhere over there. So maybe it's not a complete waste, because we are going around him. At least somewhat. Yeah. That lure, I think, actually ended up being pretty clutch. It wasn't as far away as I feared. And let's go through there. Because we need to get more distance. Another benefit is we can head back through Timberwolf, and we can pick up the bedroll there. God. This is ridiculous. This is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. You know, I should have known that there was something in Ash Canyon, because there's no campfire with a... Let me up, damn you. Because there's no campfire over at Ash Canyon that we need to go to. So we really should have come to Desolation Point first, and Timberwolf Mountain last. That's a deer. A deer, so we should be safe from wolves here. Probably. Right? Yeah. Yeah, this should be okay. Never mind. Every time I say that the lure is not clutch, it ends up being extremely clutch. Because if not for that lure, we'd have to be playing some serious footsie with that guy around here. Trying to loop around him and get past. So I'm not mad at it. Definitely not mad at it. So strategy-wise, what do you guys think about heading over to the garage and popping a ward there to catch a couple of winks? 12 minutes, so you can't actually spend a lot of time in Desolation Point. Interesting. So at first I thought they were all 40 minutes, but this one it seems is only 25. Which is kind of a little bit of a troll, that it doesn't tell you which ones are fast and which ones are slow. I should have cut. I should not have gone around. I wasn't thinking. I was not thinking. Ah, that's a waste. It's not the worst, but it's... Every little bit helps in this game mode. Every little bit helps. I'm beginning to think that crackers might be OP because they let you drink more coffee. Okay, he didn't even reach the lure. So he's like, probably somewhere over here. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why he sometimes slows down. It feels like he should have made it all the way there. Feels like he should have made it. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing we kept the lantern, because we have 2 more caves to go through instead of 0. It's also a very good thing that we didn't... I was planning on possibly spending a lot of time in the cave between Pleasant Valley and Coastal Highway. It's very good that we didn't run the timer down on that. Because if we couldn't go through there because of the fog, that would have been a very long detour. A very long detour. Okay. Quick as you like. I like it fast. We'll take stock of the food situation as well. That's a dead end. Pry bar. We don't need a pry bar, do we? I don't think we need a pry bar. Ever. That's a cat. That's nothing we need. Nothing we need. Okay. Okay, yeah, so here's the plan. We're going to exit Timberwolf, not from the upper cave, but from the lower zone, through the, what is it, Echo Valley, I think. Because Echo Valley is going to spit us out in the lowlands, the marshy lowlands of Ash Valley, Ash Canyon. And those lowlands connect directly to the place we're trying to get without any kind of, let's just make sure about this, without any kind of climbing. Yeah. We spit out here, walk around, we go up past our beautiful, glorious fishing cabin, up the waterfall, and then past anglers and over here, which is nowhere close enough to any of these cliffs for me to worry about it being up a cliff that we don't know about. So we just move it. We move it and we regret that we didn't take the time to make a bow. Okay, actually. So again, possible second wolf here. But we did blast one. So if the second wolf hasn't done a lot of repositioning, we should be fine here. To head back. Jeez. I'm not looking forward to going past that huge Timberwolf pack in Timberwolf Mountain again. But I think we might have to. Because sometimes that's just how the cards go. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I keep forgetting. I think maybe sometime, I'm not sure when, but maybe the next stream I do is when I fix up the model's muzzle a little bit. And maybe try to increase the mouth technology. Because I think I should know how to. Maybe. I might have to watch a few tutorials. But it should be possible. Anything nice here? No. Anything mean, though? As long as there is something mean. Buddy, I started blasting. Get out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for you. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think between the coffee and if we can grab 3 or 4 hours of sleep inside the Quonset garage, we should be in good shape to just blast through Pleasant Valley. Maybe do another quick nap in the prepper cache, just so we can have speediness going up that rope. Man, we actually got kind of lucky how fast we went through Timberwolf. Because if I had assumed that we weren't going through there again, the only way to get to Ash Canyon is through Timberwolf. And all of the exits to Ash Canyon are very far away from the entrances that lead to Timberwolf. So I think if you spend too much time in Timberwolf, you can just soft lock yourself. And basically have there be no way it's even possible to win. Especially if you use your glyph early. Or too early. The fog ward glyph, I mean. Yeah, we'll do a coffee, and then we'll have, what, 8 left? 8 coffees, 6 energy drinks, and 6 emergency stims. We could probably emergency stim all through Ash Canyon. And this time we'll just follow the road, because there's no use in going to the fire. We've almost recovered from that wolf attack earlier. And... okay, I don't see a bear on the road. I think we might have lucked out. In fact, I really don't want to say this, because the game is listening, but I'm beginning to believe that no bears spawn in this mode. I'm beginning to believe it. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, I believe, is off elsewhere looking for honey. Okay, so this is nice. We got a huge amount of just glorious, generous, delicious distance between us when we were going from Timberwolf all the way to Desolation Point. And now, because we can do an even straighter line, it's going to be even better. Yeah. We can cut here, and it'll be a little... that's a bear. Why do I use my mouth and say things? Why do I say things with my mouth? Well, the bear you know, the bear in eye is better than 2 in the bush, I suppose. So let's go around and continue going around. Oh my god, why do I... every single time. Every time. It's not just... it's only every time. Ah. Oh well. The Darkstalker can have at him. The Darkstalker can have that guy just fine. And that's a deer. You know what? I suppose it doesn't have the distance to make it that far. But screw that guy. Yeah, there's the fire that we're never going back to. That one flickering pixel in the distance. I guess it's fine if we don't go on the ice anyway, because we can walk faster on the road. The only problem is I'm not very familiar with how to get up to the cave entrance from here. So I might be somewhat inefficient. Is that a wolf? I don't think so. It's not moving like a wolf. I think. Okay, now I have been warned there's a possible moose in this vicinity. Let's keep our eyes out. Somewhere to the right. So we'll just... that's a wolf. That is a wolf. You know what? And he's kind of in front, so... okay, get out of here, punk. Probably worth it. Because we're going to take a nap. Inside the garage. Okay, first order business. Pop down a ward. Ward, please. Somewhere central-ish. Here, maybe. Let's see exactly where we actually toss this thing down. Not you. We want to first, we'll drop this empty guy. 2 empty guys. Even better. And then we use this amazing, fantastic Okay, pretty much exactly where I wanted. Another hacksaw that we don't need. Actually, speaking of, how's our hacksaw? Did we drop it? Okay, I think we dropped the hacksaw. That's fine. Flares. Coffee. Energy drink. Condensed milk. I'm being probably more picky than I otherwise would be. Sodas we don't really need. It's just soda. Tools. More tools.
I could use this.
Simple parka, not as good as what we have. Leather shoes. Not handsome enough to tempt me. Show me the E-stem. Nothing. Okay, what have we got over here? Anything nice? Another pry bar. Show me the E-stem.
This'll come in handy.
How many bandages do we have? 5 bandages. We don't need another. Jerry can. We don't need that much fuel, but we can fill this guy back up just in case we have any more dark interiors. I don't even... First off, that's the best drawer I've ever seen, loot-wise. Second off, I don't think there's actually anything in any of these tool drawers that we need. So I don't know why I'm looking in them. Okay. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And how about back here? Revolver ammunition. Good find. Good find. Ah. The bedroll. Perfect. Don't need casings, don't need ketchup chips. Okay. We'll fill this up. I think we can get 3 hours of sleep. That should put us nearly at full. Where are you? Here. Actions. Refuel. Actions. Drop jerry can. Actions. What did we pick up that's so heavy? I guess a bunch of food, huh? And eventually, we can boil some water and do these coffees. But for now, let's just be sardonic. And I guess condensed milk we can do too. Okay, so that was good. Plenty of food between the MREs and all these energy bars and also the beautiful cattail stalks. We're good on food. Water-wise, no question about it. So, I guess we can start lightening our load a little bit. Probably don't need a torch. With all the flares we have... Actually, how's the revolver? The revolver is still at 53%. Pretty good. Clean 5%, 12 minutes. Let's clean it a few times. 5 cleans will take 1 hour. 2. But I don't trust the game, so I'm still checking the ward. 3. Four. And 5. The rest of the time we'll sleep. And we should be able to get through Pleasant Valley. Yeah, we can probably get a cheeky 1 or 2 hours, always one at a time. 2 hours definitely. 3 hours, maybe. We'll see how the ward looks. Okay. A little bit less than halfway, huh? A little bit less than halfway, which means we probably can't get the 3rd hour of sleep. Yeah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that to last. Okay, we're out of here. So I'm putting the lantern away and bringing the revolver out because wolves are nearby. I don't hear them. Is that a wolf? I don't know. Not my problem. Did I hear an odd noise? Like a moose noise, I mean. Okay, we want to head this way. There might be a bear, but if there was a wolf earlier, surely there's no bear. Yeah, let's just go. We're just going. And the goal is just up, up, up the hills. As much as possible. Do a quick listen. No bears. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this should be good. I do hear awoos in that direction, but hopefully they're not in our way. My philosophy right now is at all opportunities go uphill. At all opportunities take right-hand turns. 19 minutes. We should be good. We should be good on time here. But I don't like to see that. Yeah, I think we go up here, it switches back around, and that'll get us really high up into the hills. And then we should be able to go past that abandoned fire lookout and just follow the road all the way. To which, actually, when we get to this switchback, we'll pop down a lure. We'll pop down a lure so that he can't go through the hypotenuse again. Force him to go along both legs. Because didn't you know, the square root of a squared plus b squared is always smaller than a plus b. Is that the switchback? This doesn't feel like the switchback yet. No, it's not. We continue this way. Okay, where does the road... Is there even a switchback here? I don't see one. Did we miss it? I think we missed it. But this is a good place for the lure anyway. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't see any way up into the hills in that direction. So I think it's a dead end. Unfortunate. You see, this is when not knowing the hills of Coastal Highway comes back to bite me. Because this is the location that I'm the least familiar with. Yeah, we do have a bedroll now. It's not the greatest bedroll, but our clothes are already very warm. I think we go this way. And we'll eventually link back up to a road. The alternative being following the road down there. I think there are more switchbacks if we go that way. We should be able to do a cut if we come this way. And that looks like some hashtag swag. Nope, that's just a bear spawn. That is a bear spot. So I think we... Or an ear, as the case may be, with all these blind hills we're going to be hopping up. Yeah, this switchback we want to get up. And then we'll be able to follow this road. Please don't be too steep. Okay, good. And now we switch back. Just up, 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 and away. I was hoping for it to be a little bit sooner. This, I'm beginning to suspect, is not as direct as I thought it was. But we should still be fine. 16 minutes. It'll probably take us less than 10 to get out of this region. And then, finally, hopefully we're not coming back. Cough, cough. We did leave a little bit of time at the campfire in Timberwolf that we can go past. So we can maybe use a little bit of ward there and cook these coffees. Either that or we can toss a ward on the ground and make our own fire. Both of those I think are viable options. Don't think we're high enough yet. I don't think we're high enough, but we might be. Because this is a mighty long, straight, flat bit without there being any switchbacks. Or turns off to the right. Yeah. My current belief is that we are on the northern edge of the map and we just follow this road all the way there. these damn wolves. We have enough ammo. We can just start blasting. Really, if we see anything in front of us. The main downside of the revolver is that Mackenzie doesn't have a half-moon clip to reload it quickly. The lure is somewhere over here, I think. And if he's not there yet, I think we're in at least a little bit of good shape now. Show me no wolf over this hill. Zero wolf. Okay, good. My favorite kind of wolf. Okay, there's the fire watch that we're not going to go up and check. Probably has nice stuff in it. Probably has an entire cabinet worth of spray cans. Probably has a, you know, a Ghostbusters ectoplasm zapping pack. Probably has 2 so we can cross the streams. Okay, no wolf, please. And thank you. Okay, good. These hills are brutal. Okay, so we got to the lure, which means Buddy is over here somewhere. We're still good on distance, I think. Okay. No wolf, please. And thank you. Yeah, the cave shouldn't be far off. I think it's this bin to the left, and then it turns to the right, and that's the cave. Mm-hmm. And it looks like we're back to full health. Or close enough to it that it doesn't make a difference. That's a deer, not a moose. They both have antlers, but this one is friend. Okay. Get the lantern ready. Okay, while we're here, let's just check. How much time did we have in Pleasant Valley? 30% left. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But let's do some math here. What do we have? Like 40%? Yeah, so if it was 40% to get north, 30% to get south, it'll be close. Is that? No, we go this way, I think. I think it'll be close. We might have to use the lure there. But Timberwolf, we went there and back again. It only took 44%. T is for Timberwolf. Yeah, 44% to go there and back again, which means we should be able, so it's like 22% to go there, and then maybe, you know, 10% more to go to the transition. So that should be just fine. Timberwolf I'm not worried at all about. And if we get super desperate at Pleasant Valley, if we get super desperate in Pleasant Valley, we can always pop an E-stem. And that should get us a pretty chunk of the way. It's kind of a long cave. I'm very glad that we didn't waste any time in here. Because that could have been rough on the way back here. How much of a shame would it be if you accidentally effectively locked all of the caves between you and Ash Canyon with black fog, and you had to end up using your fog remover inside one of these tiny little transition caves. That would be such a waste. Huge shame, if you ask me. Okay, so now we gotta go fast. My current question, do we actually drop the lantern? Because there's no more interiors from here to there. I think we drop the lantern. It's quite heavy. 1.7 kilos. Let's drop the lantern. Worst case scenario, we just use flares from here on out if we need light. Let's do a coffee. Let's finish the condensed milk. And maybe do one of these energy bars. Okay. Anything else to drop? Probably don't need more than one sewing kit either, right? Yeah, this is good. Okay, no wind. Sure, 15 minutes. So we've got basically 10 minutes to get up there. I don't know how close this is going to be. I don't know. 14 minutes. Well, if it gets too close, I'll just pop down the fog mark. Actually, here's a question. Does anyone know if the fog mark if it actually reduces the percentage, or if it just slows down the rate of increase? Because if it just slows down the rate of increase, then the ideal is to pop it as soon as you realize you'll possibly need it, which would be now. But if it just gives us like a minus however much percent, which I'm hoping it does, then that means that means it doesn't hurt to pop it when you absolutely need it. Also, there was a wolf over by this rock when we came up. I'm going to say instead of using the mark, if it gets to it, maybe we try sprinting. But we'll see. If there's a lot of wind, we might have to pop it sooner rather than later. But man, this is a terrible map to go up and down and then back up again. It's so long. So long. But at least we have most of our fatigue. One of the only saving graces here. If we had stopped by Thompson's Crossing, this would be a disaster. We would have had to go through the ravine, back through the hydro dam, and then through the alternate route that goes through Black Rock. And can you imagine? That would have been quite the detour. And very dangerous, with only, what do we have? 2, maybe 3 marine flares? Use the road as much as possible. Although, you know what? Now that we know that bears can spawn, we might be screwed up here. If we have a bear in the way, that's going to be a huge problem, assuming that the fog doesn't kill the bear before it gets us. Okay, so 15 minutes to 12, and we got that far. 1, 2, 3. If nothing goes wrong, I think we can make it. But nothing has to go wrong. These familiar haunts. Okay, any wolves up by these cabins? I don't see any. And we should just be racking up the distance here. Okay, I would like to, at the 10-minute mark, I would like to be halfway. Don't think we're going to be quite there. But let's check once it gets there. Come on, come on. Man, this is a little bit anxiety inducing. A little bit. On the upside, even if all of our food gets ruined, we did drop a bunch of food at Timberwolf, I think. So it's not the end of the world. It would be a shame to lose the marshmallow stalks, though. 10 minutes. We are just about halfway there. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. We should be within spitting distance at 5 minutes. And then we have 2 more to get up the rope and across. Might even take another nap in the prepper cache. Because climbing ropes is faster when you're rested. Hey, come on. Come on, we don't have time for all this zigging and zagging. Okay. Looking good. No wolves on the left, right? No wolves on the left. Love to see it. Or not see it. You know how it goes. Come on. We're walking over here. We're walking over here. And this is the curve and the hill that goes up to the bridge. We'll cut straight through again instead of going to Commuter's Lament. It's not Commuter's Lament. Instead of going to the Point of Disagreement, which I suppose is also some commuters lamenting what they did. Oof. I don't have much of an eyesight, an eye line behind us. So it's hard to gauge exactly how far away Buddy is. But we're on the lookout for bear paw prints. As long as we don't see any, we are golden. I'm getting a little worried here. A little worried. 8 minutes. But really 5 until we start ruining this food. Come on. Yeah, what about you guys? I don't see any bear paw prints here. I don't think I'm missing them either, because by this choke point the bear should be forced through. Which means I believe we are Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, as the children say. Oof. Okay, we're just gonna go straight ahead and then a little bit to the right. We'll cut through the hills again. Actually, we'll go in that direction and cut through the hills because that should be even shorter. Okay, so assuming that the fog starts ruining our food at 3 minutes, which might not be a good assumption, we've got 3 minutes left. Claire, hello, welcome. We're in the process of possibly getting dark fogged. I don't know how much you know about the long dark this game, but this is the challenge mode where we have to run away from a Wendigo that's chasing us. If you turn the noise up, you can probably hear it in the background. Going, ah. That is a napping wolf. We'll leave him be, because he's not our problem anymore. Yeah, we'll turn... Is it here? No, I think it's over past this hill here. I think if we turn right now, that's too soon. I'm pretty sure if we turn right now, that's too soon. Because I always forget how long you have to walk after climbing up that rope. Okay, but come on. At most, 3 minutes until our food starts spoiling. Let's see if we can get inside the prepper cache. pretty please let us get inside the prepper cache. I'm so glad that this thing is here. If this cache wasn't here, I don't know what we would have done. But it would have been a much rougher time. And we can't even count it yet. Alright, come on, let me in. Let me in. Let me in ASAP. 5 minutes. Okay. There we go. And we still don't have a timer here, so we will pop a ward on the wall or something. And then I think we can sleep until full restedness, which is a good place to be when you're about to go up a climbing rope. Always 1 hour at a time. Never more. Okay, looking good. One more. And then we'll do the third and see if there's anything we want to do inventory-wise. Yeah, we're still good. Still good. Okay, if there was a fire in here, we could make some coffee. But instead, let's remember to pick up the bedroll. Instead, I think let's start on one of these MREs. And let's just drink some normal water. Not so much that we don't have to drink coffee later, though. And let's also remember we've got all these birch bark teas as well. Where's the exit? Here's the exit. Okay, let's get out of here. 5 minutes. Woof. Woof. Okay, come on. And we are moving. We'll drink a coffee once we get up top here just to get our fatigue back. Because this should be the last mountain rope necessary. And of course it got super windy. Okay. Quaff a cough. 5 coffees remain. Now let's get out of here before the fog comes and ruins all of our food. We might even be too late already. Because how long this damn transition zone is. Come on, hinterlands. Completely unnecessary. Yep, there it is. There it is. We'll burn some sprint on the off chance that we can save our food. I don't think it's likely, though. Hinterlands, why is it so long? God, what a ridiculously long transition zone. Completely pointless. Come on. Come on, cut the corner. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hinterlands, come on. There we go. It didn't even let me do it early. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so our food actually isn't completely ruined. The sprinting was probably still worth it. But geez. That was closer than I'd prefer to have. So I think the food starts super ruining at 3 minutes. No matter what percentage, or no matter how much time you start within the region. Okay. Okay. And we're still far enough away that I don't hear our buddy. At least for now. And you know how much that counts for. You know exactly how much that counts for. A wind, buddy. You have got to be kidding me. And there's barely even a breeze. Mackenzie, you little princess. But oh, my eyes are being dried. I can't move forwards because I don't know how to squint. I only know how to have my eyes completely open at all times. Swear, it is only by the grace of God that Mackenzie lives in anything that he does. We'll go over this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See a wolf? I don't see a wolf. So we'll go this way. We'll go past the... Actually, we'll go straight through the lake, which is forwards. And then instead of... You know what? I don't think we're going to go back to the campfire because we did find a bedroll. I think we're just going to go straight down to Echo Cave. This wind, man, this wind. 22 minutes, plenty of time. Although really it's only 19, but plenty of time. Unless this wind keeps blowing, Mackenzie, come on, buddy. This is ridiculous. This speed might not even outrun the Darkwalker. It's that slow. And we've got to be... Look at that, we're almost 5 kilograms unencumbered. Completely ridiculous that the wind slows us down this much. Can you tell that I'm salty about it? It's one of the most frustrating game designs they have. It would be okay if it was always, if it did this during, say, blizzard strength winds. But it seems like half the time there's barely even a breeze, and he's like, oh, I can't go forward. Yeah, I just can't do it. But come on. Keep an eye out for that Timberwolf pack. And we'll just take a quick souvenir. That's a knife we don't need. Probably didn't need either of those things. Is that a wolf? Or is that just a rock? It might just be a rock. God, Mackenzie, come on, man. It's absolutely brutal. It's got to be half speed. It must be at least a 50% speed reduction. Okay, now if the wind sounded like this the whole time, I'd be alright with it. But it hardly ever does. Okay, no wolves on the lake. Suspicious. Is our Timberwolf pack over by the fishing cabin still there? Or did they relocate after we broke them? I don't see anything, so they must have relocated. So brutal to walk anything like into the wind. I'm trying to find the angle that's just barely not into the wind. I think it's around here-ish. Looking very close. That's a wolf. Can we break this before we even get to it? I guess not. I think they're still there. I was hoping they would run. Where are you going, buddy? Why are you coming this way? Okay, maybe we shot all the other members of the pack and he's the only one left. Nope, there's another one. Okay, so the flare did work. Good to know. But damn, Mackenzie, this wind, walk faster. Ah, this is brutal. Every single time, it seems, the wind is blowing exactly in the direction that we need to go when we can't afford the wind to be blowing against us. If this had happened in Pleasant Valley, we would have been completely screwed. Seriously, like, where is the wind, Mackenzie? Hardly a breeze. Yeah, we're still going to the entrance to Echo Valley. Yeah, the wind is going almost, it looks like exactly against us, which is typical. And also there's possibly a bear in this direction. So that's also nice. But I think we're close enough. Even this wind can't stop us from getting to the next location. The only thing that could stop us is a bear in the way. And what do you think the chances are of that happening? So incidentally, when it comes to probability, and that's, we're talking about chances, we're talking about probability. When probabilities are, and that's a bunch of deadbolts, when probabilities are, what's the word I'm looking for? Independent, when they're not dependent on each other, I guess that's what independent means. You can use the traditional way of calculating the probability of multiple things happening. But when the probabilities are dependent on each other, the math that people came up with to handle the chance of something happening or of multiple things happening at the same time, it breaks down, or the math that they invented in like the 1800s or what have you. Eventually, some crazy Russian dude invented the Markov chain. I bet you can guess what his last name was. But it is a computational way of determining the probability of events that are mutually dependent on each other. And the reason I bring it up is because the second I say, what are the chances that there's a bear in front of us, the chances of a bear in front of us increase. Except I don't see any paw prints. But I still don't trust it. God, this wind is killing me. Just as much as the bear that's hiding over this blind ridge. Mackenzie, brother. Okay, no bear. No bear. You love to see it. Absolutely cannot get enough of seeing it. When it comes to viewing things, it's your favorite. Why do I use my mouth? Why does my mouth open? Can we route him? Okay, we heard a honk. Will he just pass? Just passing. Brother. Brother, you walked like 2 inches, and then you turn right around? And of course there's this damn wind. Okay, well, surely he won't go past the flare, right? Yeah, this is not the time to be messing around. In fact, it's probably good that we had all that distance from traveling from Pleasant Valley, not from Pleasant Valley, from Desolation Point. Okay, I don't think he went past the flare. Alright. We are GTFO of this cursed land. This damn place. God. What a mess. What a mess. Let me out. You feel like snowshoes should be craftable. Did it get darker? The reason it got darker is because we're in this valley and everything's in shadow. I think. Probably. Hopefully. But yeah, craftable snowshoes would be interesting. But, yeah, you know what? I think if snowshoes were craftable, what it should do is it should let you walk on snow as fast as you walk on road. I would give a lot for that. For such a thing. And you would probably have to choose between the snowshoes and the crampons. Okay. I don't think we're so desperate that we can't loot this guy.
Needs this anymore.
Okay, nothing. Of course, probably the last guy we're gonna loot has trash loot. We don't need those. We do not need anything. It's definitely the Coldplay situation. What you don't have, you don't need it now. And what you don't know, you can feel it somehow. It's a beautiful day. And the Dark Walker says, don't let it get away, but we're getting away. We are getting TF away. Because this area, Ash Canyon, was one of the last ones we did in survival mode, even though I don't think any of the challenges brought us up here, I remember it well enough that I don't think we'll even have to stop to open the map. This should be hoppable, right? Yeah. Every little bit helps. So we're going to go straight here. That was a wolf. I caught a glimpse of a wolf over on that cliffside. Ah! What was... That's a moose. 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 Why is there a moose here? Why is there a moose here? Jesus H. Christ. Okay, well. Well. I'd rather deal with wolves than moose. I would much rather deal with wolves than moose. Oh, my God. When it stamped, I thought it had started charging. I thought we were done. I thought it was going to be Jover. Okay. I'm still skewing a little bit towards the moose because I know for sure there are wolves in that direction. In fact, I think I might see one already. Yeah, there's already a wolf trying to come at us. Like right over there. But he's not barked yet. So maybe we got away. Jesus. Jesus H. Christ. And there was another adjective I was going to add there, but it felt not right for... maybe a little bit not unfamily friendly. Yeah, be gone. Let me put a ward up against a moose. Let me do that. Okay. It should be clear sailing. Maybe a couple of wolves between us. But we're just following this right cliff edge. That'll bring us past that waterfall. And then we're just following the left side of the river, past anglers and cutting to the right in the trees. In fact, you know what? I think I might have lost an arrow to the top of a tree over there, where that glyph is. I'll have to go back through and check. Jesus. So for the longest time, it's only wolves, only wolves, only wolves, only wolves, only wolves. And then there are two bears. Two sudden bears. And then a sudden moose. We were looking for moose too, and there were none in any of the places they could have been. Okay, come on. Let's just limp it over the finish line. Here's the real question. Do I start just daisy chaining adrenaline stimulants right now? I don't know if you guys remember the Jason Statham movie from, say, 2005 called Crank, where in the beginning of the film, he gets injected with a heart-stopping poison, and the only way he can keep himself alive is by constantly either injecting himself with adrenaline or forcing his body to produce adrenaline by, like, skydiving without a parachute, or base jumping, or running through traffic. Okay, yeah, this is where we want to go. It's definitely where we want to go. And we dodged some wolves, too. I'm so clever. I'm the most cleverest. Yeah, he has to keep his... yeah, basically, if he uses the adrenaline to keep his heart rate high enough that he never falls unconscious and then just lets the poison finish the job. So whenever it's like a situation where I need to, chain EpiPens effectively, I always think of that movie. Okay. So we follow the... Well, Chelsea, that might not be saying much. But we follow the river, we follow it to the left, and we pass anglers. Possible bears somewhere past anglers, so let's still be careful. And then we just keep going. Did I hear something? No, it's just the bubbling of the brook. I hope. Okay, left here. Anglers should be right in front of us. Somewhere. One can hope. Thinking back on that bear, I should make a little memeified short and title it "Move, Bear, Get Out the Way. Get out the way, bear, get out the way." If you guys remember that throwback of a hip-hop classic. Okay, any bears, any wolves? I don't see any. Don't see a moose. Okay, there are possibly wolves over and to the right here, which is kind of where we're going to be going. I think I'm going to pre-pop a couple of flares in that direction. It definitely, that tune definitely punches above its own weight. Yeah, so this is towards the dead end. I'm pretty sure there are possibly wolves there. Always reload. Always reload. Okay, and maybe one more. No bears around still? What was that noise? It must have just been ambient. Okay, there's some noise back there, not our problem. I hope. And where are the wolves that are certainly in these hills? Let's skew over on the right side because it has better sight lines. There he is. Kobe! Get out of here, punk. Trying to sneak up on me. Okay, it should be right over here. Is that a wolf? Kobe! I don't think we hit him. Okay, here we go. Hello. Imagine getting here, but having to use up all of your, whatever these things are, your little spray cans to get here. That would be so bad. Psh. Stay in the circle. Oh, to lure. Oh, and now he's actually getting kind of angry. It did say stay in the circle, right? Here he comes. Oh my goodness. Mackenzie. Mackenzie. Ah. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Did you see it had a little smiley face? It had a little smiley face. Jeez. 6 hours and 7 minutes. Remember, the menus say it should take 1 hour to 3 hours. And I don't think we were that slow. I don't think we were that slow. Woof. Woof. You know, because the Darkwalker never actually grabbed us, we only died from, you know, the fog or freezing or what have you. Actually, that was the second try, wasn't it? Was it the second try? No, it couldn't have been the second try. It must have been the third try. I don't remember. But because we had never been actually grabbed by the Darkwalker before, I was afraid that banishing circle didn't work when it did the little grab thing. Okay, so second try. Second time it works every time. Woof. Okay. Well, how's that for some adrenaline? Okay, and it has been about 3 hours and 10 minutes. I think maybe we call it here. And then perhaps sometime a bit later tomorrow, I might do a little bit of Blender muzzle changing or learning on the model. And maybe brainstorm what exactly to do next. You know, see if there are any possibly interesting mods or ridiculously difficult things here. Or maybe dip a toe into something like Project Zomboid. We'll see. We'll see. But man, let's finish hydrating. Woof. Yeah, Chelsea, I feel like there's a lot in each challenge. Let's go back and see what it says about them. So, as the dead sleep and escape the Darkwalker, there's a lot of information that you need to know that the game doesn't tell you. For example, that is almost certainly why we died the first time. Because if I had known that that low percent fog or low timer fog would ruin all my food and all my energy drinks, I would have popped the energy drinks early and sprinted out of the zone. So similarly, I think we actually just got lucky in Pleasant Valley with the amount of time that we spent there. Because I wasn't anticipating having to go past it a third time. There was an alternative, maybe, kind of a little bit, but it would have been very rough. But now that you know that the final place to go is in Ash Canyon, you can plan around it. So if you hit Desolation Point before Timberwolf, I think it's going to be much more straightforward. Just remember the moose. So yeah, I feel like you can probably do it. At least I believe. One way or another, I believe. And as the dead sleep, that's just its own thing. Okay, you know your way around Ash Canyon pretty well. The downside there is it's pretty much just a straight run through Ash Canyon in the lowlands. You don't need to worry about the climbing ropes. If we had to go up and down the climbing ropes, I would have gotten lost completely. Because I don't remember where all of the bridges go, or how to get to all the bridges. And then as the dead sleep, once you get something of a decent set of clothes and the ability to get firewood, it's actually somewhat manageable. You just need to be very conservative on approaching places where wolves could be. You know, wolves, moose, and bears. But woof. Okay. Okay, but let's call it there. So, as usual, I've been Yuchi, and we've been trying to, and perhaps this time, yeah, so many torches that you can pull. So trying to and succeeding to escape the Darkwalker. Thank goodness. I'll see you all on the proverbial flip side.